Okay, in preparation for mixing, two things that I will always teach are separating out your drums so that you have volume control and processing opportunities on each drum, plus setting up a reverb on an aux. We'll do these as separate things. So I am going to go to my drum tracks, and I'm going to think through, well, I already know the answer, but in the future, I'm going to think through how many total drums do I have. For this, I have a kick, snare, and hi-hat. So I need a total of 3 drum tracks. That includes the host track that has battery inserted. So what I'm going to do here is double click on drums, and I'm going to rename it kick. It's highlighted, which just means that the next tracks that I make are going to go beneath it. And I'm going to make 2 more stereo instrument tracks. I'm going to name this one snare. I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to name this one hi-hat. So this is where it gets a little bit confusing. We're using, let's just go here. We're using kick, snare, and hi-hat. I am going to hit Control and click until I get this drop-down menu. And I'm going to go to output. I'm going to try and explain this, but you know, it will work out one way or the other. Everything right now, if I were to click on the snare or anything, is going out the master output. We want it to go direct outs. The host track, the one where battery is inserted, our kick, is going to be output stereo 1 and 2. The master is 1 and 2, but we're going to do that anyways, just as a workflow. The hi-hat, we're going to hit Control click, output 3, 4. I'm sorry, the snare, and the hi-hat, we're going to click output 5, 6. Now, if I press play right now, all you're going to hear is the kick, I think. So what we need to do is come to these tracks and tell them to look for these different outputs that we just created, or we just told these drums to go out. So if the snare drum is going out 3 and 4, where is it going? We want it to go, and I'm kind of drawing this fake line here, to the input of the track. So where it says no input, this is called the I/O column, inputs and outputs. The top choice is input, the bottom one is output. Don't mess with the outputs. We're going to click on no input. We're going to go down to plugin, battery kick, because battery kick is the name of the track. Otherwise, we would be changing the snap track. And we're going to choose 3, 4. Was that for my hi-hat? No, that was my snare. And then this one, we're going to change to battery kick 5, 6. And what's cool is now you have individual volume and panning control over those drums. Okay, and if you had 10 drums, I would normally say have 10 tracks. All right, so that's what this video is. We're going to keep that short so we can separate out the concepts.